almost, kind of, sort of, maybe still a new year. And what I like most is the promise of this time. The beginning of the year has that special kind of shine as we write your resolutions, which come from your higher self. You seem to pick them up and dust them off the shelf. Oh, it's so exciting as we grab your pen and write our visions and then begin. Number 1, lose 10 pounds. Ooh, I like how that sounds. Number 2, eat healthy food. That will put you in a better mood. Number 3, exercise. Good for you, that's very wise. Number 4, be a more loving person. That's good for certain. Number 5, give. All right, that's the way to live. Number 6, clean the garage and organize. Again, very wise. Number 7, finish that book you're writing. Ooh, that's very exciting. Number 8, get that promotion. Yes, I second that motion. Number 9, commit to my spirituality. Ooh, that's heavenly. 9, that's all I wrote. And let me be clear so everyone understands. I literally wrote those things, you see. I am your hands. But I have found the most curious thing to be true. What your higher self intends, I often don't do. And what I do becomes your reality. You can think all you want, but it comes down to what you do with me. Your destiny is always in your hands. You can vision, dream, and even use me to write your grandiose plans. But what you do with me, I guarantee, is what will be. This is the hard, cold, beautiful, and misunderstood reality. I am a truly first witness to everything you do. The completion of a dream or the lack of follow-through. Without me, big ideas would be nothing but useless chatter. That 5 pounds you carry in your head would be a gray matter. For I am your thoughts. Extension. I translate them into the physical dimension. Yes, me with my incredible opposing thumb give you the tools to dream and become. And there's nothing like my profound dexterity to take your ideas and make them into a reality. But what drives me nervously tapping upon your knee is when I do things that aren't in the best interest of the one attached to me. For very often what I do and your soul are at odds. And I want what's best for you. Because in the end, all hands are God's. Oh boy. Here we go. You're taking me shopping. I hope you remember those 10 pounds you're dropping. You say, I love you to your teens. Somehow it doesn't mean much. If you would just use me to give meaning to your words, reach out and touch. Oh, you missed the moment. Can't you see that actions speak louder than words? And most actions begin with me. Don't you know your connection is slipping through your hands? And that using me to speak the truth opens the heart of every woman, child, and man. Okay, well, now we're approaching the grocery store. Entering through the door. What's this? You're using me to grab potato chips? Can't you see that to grab those completely contradicts at least 2 things on your list? If you were just aware of what you do with me, I could get you there. Oh, now whole milk, really? Get skim or at least 2%? Don't you know that grabbing that someday you will resent? Okay, that's it. You have forced my hand. I'm going to make you pursue what your higher self planned. You see, before entering this world, before you became mine, there's a certain contract that all hands had to sign. Being God's hands and all, we're supposed to let you discover that how you use us is the secret you're here to uncover. That you have the power in your hands to create any miracles when you allow your hands to do the work in conjunction with your souls. But there's a clause in the contract. Under extreme condition, we are allowed to take destiny into our hands. We have permission. For one day, we can turn over our power directly to your soul. We override the ego's impulse and let God take control. It's really quite funny. It's entertaining and amazing to see how many things you try to do against your own vision, against your very soul, against your destiny. What's this? A box of Captain Crunch. Your ego feels it coming in a kind of hunch. Sorry, we're going to put that back where you got it, back on the stand. We struggle for a while in the aisle, but of course I have the upper hand. As people watch us shake and jiggle, clinging to that sugar cereal, instead I grab some oatmeal. We wrestle and put it in the cart. Someday you will thank your hand, for it will save your heart. This goes on for 47 minutes, down almost every aisle, twitching and struggling against your soul, but resistance today is futile. As you leave the store, there's a Salvation Army guy asking to give. Remember, you said that's how you want to live. I reach into your pocket, there's a $20 bill. I give it to the guy to his amazement and thrill. You're so shocked, you actually try to take it back. So you force my hand once again in your face. I had decided. You get home with bags of soulful food and open the door, and there are your teens. And this time, like before, you say, I love you, bless you. But this time, you place your hand on their shoulder. Something you stopped doing when they got older. As they try to hold back a tear, escapes from their eyes, I force your hand to wipe the tear. Gentle pressure I apply. Let's make dinner, they say, confused by this behavioral change. At first, when one's hands are controlled by the soul, the motion does seem strange. With dinner on the table, you reach for the food. It's a habit, a kind of condition. I force you to put the bread down and put your hands in the prayer position. Your teens look at you, confused. Then they join in saying grace. You say a few words and suddenly you feel the peace in this place. After dinner, you grab the remote. You seem to have forgotten about the garage. Number 6 on your list, organize and clean up the garbage. Every time you reach for the remote, I have to slap your face to get you back on task, to organize the space. But as you start to do the work, you feel energized. When your hands do the work of the soul, your being comes alive. There's so much more left on your list, and much more than that, of course. But there is no end to what you can become when your hands move with the source. There is no end. Now it's morning. My time is up. The contract is very clear. Only one day of soulful control. Then it's up to you from there. The hope, of course, is that in that time you recognize the power. That new habits are formed. That your hands move with intention every day and every hour. When you awoke the very next day, I knew there was hope for you, because before your teens walked out the door for school, you said, I love you. But more than that, I know you have much bigger plans, because as you said those words, you took their faces gently in yours.